What is up, everybody? Welcome to stream number 44. Game week 2 has literally just finished. I've been watching the Man City game, Man City versus Everton. I kind of wish I hadn't. It was awful, but put myself through it because of the love for Fantasy Premier League. And that is why we watch games like that. Now, to be fair, you'd expect a few more goals in a game like that, but just didn't happen tonight. And I'm pretty sure we're probably going to be talking about De Bruyne in the next few minutes, but let's just start off seeing who's in it. How's it going, Adam? Fozzie, what's up? Jossie, how's it going? Before people start asking, I got 44 points so far. De Bruyne, weirdly enough, in a 1-1 draw where he didn't get any attacking returns, is actually on for 1 bonus point right now. I'm just going to double check it right this second, in fact. Ah, no, he's already out of it. Never mind. So, yeah, De Bruyne's not getting a bonus point, so I'm going to end up on 44, which, compared to 79, is pretty bad this week. But I think it's okay. I don't think anyone's done, out of this world, in the general kind of bubble of FPL community that we're in. You're on 88 points total. Ouch. What's up, Trev? Is it wildcard time? I think that depends on your own team, to be honest. I'm certainly not wildcard, and I got 2 transfers, so I don't know. I mean, when I look at the players that people are bringing in, there's some people thinking about bringing in Kane and don't have him. I've already got him. Mkhitaryan or Pogba, I've already got one of them. I've got 2 free transfers to get rid of De Bruyne. Obviously, I only need 1, but it means I can use that extra money I get. I don't know. I think I'm okay. Southampton, again, double defence. Okay, it didn't work out this week, but it worked out last week, so maybe that's okay. Daniels is a bit of a worry. But yeah, I mean, De Bruyne to Eriksen or Ali just seems like a no-brainer, really. I can't see many reasons why you wouldn't do it. I tweeted out before the game that I was going to be really fickle, and any attacking return from De Bruyne would mean that I'd probably keep him. So the reason for that was he's got Bournemouth away up next, which almost makes me want to keep him. The problem is, if I keep him, I don't see where I use 2 free transfers. I could of course only use 1. Could do Stevens or Daniels to Jones and save the other one. But I just think Spurs' fixtures are so good. But Burnley are not always an easy game, so will I do De Bruyne to Eriksen during the game? I don't think I will, because I can't decide how I want to use that money. So I'm kind of stuck with Atsu. So Atsu was kind of my make weight to allow me to get Mkhitaryan instead of having Zaha. But he's not really done much, and Newcastle look pretty poor now. At some point, Atsu may get benched, but they've got nice fixtures. West Ham haven't exactly started off too well. So I don't know. But De Bruyne, yeah, let's just talk about him a sec. Very frustrating to watch him. He doesn't really have any inclination to get into the box. He gets in and around the box, but he always makes that pass. Otherwise, he's just shooting from range, if shooting at all. David Silva actually looks like he's playing more advanced. And then, just what is Pep up to? Who am I to question Pep Guardiola? But he just seems to make weird kind of choices of his formation and his personnel just for the sake of it. He spent 100 odd million on fullbacks. Danilo's fit and he started with Sané left wing back. And then Bernardo Silva comes on. De Bruyne's back in defensive midfield. Fair enough, he's probably a bit more tired by that point, but I don't know, Aguero and Jesus doesn't seem to be working that much. Yeah, I really don't know. I don't know. At one point I just got lost about who was playing where, to be honest. And we all thought that City was going to be the team that's scoring goals pre-season. It doesn't look like that. And I kind of got sucked into that when I got De Bruyne, and I thought he was going to do really well. I'll be honest, I think I looked at the fact he got 200 points last year and thought, well, he'll probably do that again. But obviously hasn't done it so far. So I think I'm getting rid this week. Like I said, I can't think of a good reason why I would keep him, to be honest. So here's a couple. Let me just, before I answer any questions, right? I'll go through a couple of thoughts I've had. So, oh yeah, I've not replaced the logo. Good point, Adam. We'll do that another time. Well, I was actually working on another background and just haven't had time to do it. I got 44 points. I really need to do that next time. Put it on screen somewhere. So, the couple of things I've been looking at is maybe De Bruyne to Eriksen or Ali. I haven't decided on which midfielder yet from Spurs. And then upgrade Stevens or Daniels to Trippier. Obviously, now we need to wait to see what kind of damage has been done to Trippier. So that's one option. That uses my 2 free transfers, no hit. I have triple Spurs with awesome fixtures and still doubling on Man United with Mkhitaryan and Lukaku. But here's the other option, which takes a -4. So I do De Bruyne, Salah, and Atsu out. So 3 of my 4 main midfielders. And I bring in Eriksen or Ali, Pogba, and Richarlison. Richarlison? I'll have to take a few streams to get that name right. But that Watford dude, Watford in general just look good. I think Marco Silva's got them playing well. Fixtures aren't fantastic, but for 6 million, you know, he started off really nicely. So that would leave me with a midfield of Pogba, Eriksen, or Ali, Mkhitaryan, and Richarlison. So I don't know, it still feels a bit knee-jerk to be getting rid of Salah, especially when he's probably going to play against Arsenal, but it looks like the rotation game is going to be strong when Liverpool play in the Europe, so it also means triple Man United attack, and if we're being honest, 4-0 probably flattered us a bit against Swansea. Do you know what I mean? Swansea just went to pieces in a random 5 minutes. It kind of just went to pot. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I think if I had an extra 0.5 million, I wouldn't even be thinking about getting rid of Salah, so that kind of puts me off doing it. So I could do De Bruyne to Eriksen and Atsu to Moy, but again, that just seems a little bit knee-jerk as well. I don't know how much of a chance to give Atsu. He's got West Ham at home, Swansea away, and Swansea are conceding loads of chances. Stoke at home, Brighton away, and Brighton aren't looking very good. So he's got 4 really nice fixtures. He just doesn't seem to have any end product. Would I not prefer Man United defensive colour for the 3rd United spot? Yeah, sure. I don't know if I'd prefer it. But Pogba just seems really good value at 8.1. But triple attack, yeah. It's interesting. Man United have played against 2 awful defences so far this season. Yeah. But we also have really good fixtures. I mean, Leicester's obviously not an awful one. I think our fixtures are still pretty nice. But yeah, we're not going to blow teams away 4-0 every game. Let's be honest. You expect Man City to run riot at Bournemouth? I don't know. I mean, they're playing similar kind of set of players as they played at the end of last year. Similar kind of formation, I think. And were they blowing teams away at the end of last season? I can't remember. Remember to close the Let's Talk FPL League. Do I need to close it? I don't know if I do. Yeah, exactly. I could get Moy in for Atsu. But I've got to remember, and like Danny's saying in chat, that at some point I've got a wild card. Now I could save it for a good few weeks. But yeah, maybe I'll just keep Atsu and wild card him out. But the reason I'm looking at Salah out is because I really want... Is it Richarlison? Richarlison? I don't know. The Brazilian dude who's playing up front for Watford, or as a second striker. I really want him. 6 million just seems like a bargain. But I don't know if taking a 4-point hit, which involves getting rid of Salah for him, is kind of worth it. So that's where I'm at right now. I think realistically, I could just go. I could just go De Bruyne to Ali or Eriksen and just leave it at that. Just roll over 2 more transfers for the international break. But yeah, like Fozzie says, Stevens now a risk. So I don't know. Maybe Stevens to Trippier and De Bruyne to Eriksen. It just seems. I feel like I'm playing so safe for the start of the season. I'm not used to this. I usually like spending points all over the place or making loads of transfers. But I think the season started off alright for me, so can't knock it too much. Give Richarlison 1 more game. Yeah, I know, but the next game's against Brighton. I'm still keen on Jones. I just really like Spurs' fixtures. I mean, look at them. It's Burnley at home, Everton away. Okay, that'll be tough. Then Swansea at home, West Ham away, Huddersfield away, and Bournemouth at home. I mean, that's some really nice set of fixtures. If Trippier's going to play, he's going to do really well. When to wildcard? That depends on your team, really. If you need it now, go for it. But I'd try and wait until at least the international break. Just give yourself another week. You want to give yourself as long as possible, to be honest. Am I happy with Gabbiadini? Yeah, don't see why I wouldn't be. Well, let me say that again. It's a bit annoying that he keeps coming off around the 70 to 80th minute. But he hit the bar again. I know that's an off-target shot, but do you know what I mean? It means he's getting close. He's scored a goal. He's got Huddersfield away, Watford at home. 2 okay fixtures there. I think I keep him. Plus, Hernandez at 7 million, same price. Even though I wrote him off a bit last stream. Now looks like a good swap for Gabbiadini. So I'm not really looking at downgrading or upgrading there. What do I think of Antonio? I really like Antonio. 7.5 million. Could be a great pick. Bit more, you know, he's just outside that 7 million bracket, but it could be worth it. I'm definitely interested in Trippier if he is back, but I think he went off injured, didn't he? Should you be worried about Jesus after Sterling's goal? No, I don't think so. Jesus only came off because of the red card. There's no way he would have anyway, if not. Is Maguire FPL goal? It certainly looks like it. When I tweeted out after the first game week, I think when he got his assist, that he'll be FPL goal. People will want him as soon as the fixtures turn. That's all they're waiting for, really, I think. 5 million for an attacking defender. It's got to be good. Am I going with that Liverpool attack? No, I've still got Salah for now. Well, the other reason I kind of fancy getting in someone like Jones or Trippier is because I'm playing Sutton this week. I'm not sure I really want to. And Bournemouth are conceding so many chances. I'm really worried about them. Alonso, Marcus Alonso. I suppose I haven't been asked about him yet. It's too expensive, I suppose, for a lot of people. De Bruyne to a Spurs mid. Yeah, which one though? So someone pointed out to me earlier that Ali is actually banned for Europe for 3 games. So the first 3 Champions League games, Ali is not going to feature. Therefore, he is not a rotation threat. Now, I wouldn't expect Eriksen to miss... You know, Eriksen might not miss any of the games, but I think that's quite interesting. So Ali's going to be fit and raring to go every weekend for at least the first 3 Champions League fixtures. After that, it gets a bit more difficult, I suppose. But surely he's going to need a rest a little bit less. Plus, he's still quite young. Captain this week, of course. That's one to discuss. I'm playing Sutton right now. I'm playing... I can switch to what I'm playing this week. So you can have a look. That's... Oh, hang on. Let me try and get it all on screen right now. That's what I'm playing this week currently. So who's captaining Kane this week? I've got it on Kane, as you can see, but I'm tempted to captain Lukaku again, to be honest. I think Kane, goals are coming for Kane, like I said on last night's video. They're definitely coming. But Lukaku's looking really good right now. Although he did only have 25 touches. Oh shit, yeah, I meant to put up a poll about captain. It's too late now. You don't fancy Lukaku 3 games in a row? The man's on fire. Yeah, Kane's underlying stats are crazy. It's true, it's true. And I guess you'd say that Burnley is a better fixture than Leicester, but I don't know. Southampton double up is dodgy. Conceded 2 against 10 men. Yeah, you're right. That is really annoying. But it also kept a clean sheet the week before. But Huddersfield looked good for goals, so that is a tough one, I'll be honest. Plus, they have signed a new defender, right? So that's pretty annoying. But for now, I don't know if I want to use 2 transfers. The thing is, if I save a transfer, then I've got 2 going into the international break. I'll never want a wild card then. And actually, that might be the better option. But how many players would I change? I don't know. I mean, I'd be put off keeping Gabbiadini on a wild card, but actually I kind of want him for the next few weeks, so yeah, I think I just maybe make one transfer and stick with the other one, which would be ridiculous. How many times have I done that before? Not very many, I can tell you that. Do I think you can get another week out of Willian against Everton? Yeah, I think Pedro came on, didn't he? So he might play. But who else are they playing? Willian's taking Hazard's place, isn't he? Who's taking Pedro's place right now? I can't remember now. But yeah, I think you might be able to get one more. I wildcarded last year in Game Week 6, so it's a possibility. What's the question? How likely is it I get rid of De Bruyne? This week, very likely. Tadic on penalties, really annoying actually. I thought Gabbiadini was still on them. Moy looks essential. Essential, really? I don't know if he's essential, man. Is Aguero still viable? Sorry, Atsu still viable? It's debatable, to be honest. I mean, he is basically allowing me the kind of forwards I've got. Like I said, I could get rid of him and get Moy in. I don't think I really want to, if I'm honest. I don't know. Assist, takes some... what's it called? Some set pieces. He might be on penalties as well. 5.5 minutes. It was a really nice finish, to be fair. Let's have a look. 2 shots on target, 1 goal. 3 chances created, 1 assist. Is he going to keep that up? I don't know. The new Charlie Adam, I'm not sure about that. Would I wait until Friday to transfer in Trippier to make sure no injury? Yes, definitely. Well, early against... I don't think he's going to increase in price. He's only just dropped, hasn't he? So, I mean, he came back for 1 game, didn't get a clean sheet, no attack and return. So I don't think people are going to be rushing to get him in. Richarlison over Moyes surely for an extra 0.5. Yeah, but the problem is, how do I get that 0.5? What stat site do I use? Fantasy Football Scout. Am I sure about Sutner? Brighton haven't kept a clean sheet? No, I'm not sure. Not at all. Maybe I should play Daniels. Kane equals fantasy island risk. Don't get Newcastle players. It's too late, man. I've already got Atsu. What will I do with Atsu? I'm probably just going to play him, but I do agree that he's not looking a great option, to be honest. Although, stats-wise, he's not that different to Moy, to be honest. So maybe it's coming. Is Scoutcast tomorrow? Probably, yeah. Usually is on a Tuesday. I haven't heard otherwise. Maybe I'm not on it this week. Always a possibility. Yeah, could I keep Atsu 1 more week? Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep Atsu. Is it too late to join the league? No, it should still be open. 0.5 from De Bruyne to Eriksen. Is Eriksen the one though? I mean, there are top right hand corner. There are some polls this week, as always. If you want to click the little eye or hover over it with your mouse, the polls are Pogba or Mkhitaryan. They're all kind of player comparisons mostly. So Pogba or Mkhitaryan. Is it time to get rid of De Bruyne? How many transfers are you making for Game Week 3? And Eriksen or Ali? So, we'll see. Have I seen Luke's Game Week score? No, but he trebled on City and Southampton defence, so I'd say it's awful. All eggs in one basket. Not good, not good. Yeah, I think we probably all overestimated what City were going to do. Did I beat Mark in the draft this week? I was beating him. I think I probably have, but I'd have to double check. That'll be 2 wins from 2 for me now. In fact, I need to check. Drafts actually, I'm getting into draft now. Trying to find the players that people haven't picked up and they're not checking. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, this was a bad game week, but who's really gone mad? Do you know what I mean? I mean, Lukaku got 6 points, which is not ideal, but Kane, Jesus and Aguero have all blanked. Lacazette, Morata have all blanked. so let's not worry about it. Get Eriksen, he creates the most chances on all set pieces. I know, I just love Ali because he's more likely to score goals. Which I know is stupid when Eriksen only has to get 1 assist and he's banging the bonus, but Ali, like I said earlier, is also not able to play in Europe, so that's going to help him. 15 points. Oh, I got 21 points. Oh man, that's harsh. Captain Jesus. Oh, he's not got Lukaku at all, has he? Or Kane, wow. Not that Kane did anything, but still. Am I going to put my team link in the description? I thought it was, to be honest. I can do that, yeah, I'll do it some other time, for sure. De Bruyne was more of a defensive midfielder. I mean, he was towards the end, not necessarily towards the start or middle of the game. But the problem is, he's not really looking to get into the box that much. You shouldn't, you know, as FPL players, we do watch football matches based on the players we got. So obviously, I should be rooting for City, and I wasn't really. I was really happy when Rooney's goal went in. But watching De Bruyne is so frustrating. You just think, just pass that ball, great. Now run into the box, make a run. He just doesn't do it. He's just looking to be the assister to the assist, or assist to the assister, something like that. Yeah. I think I'm just going to go without City at all, to be honest. You know, yes, they might batter Bournemouth, but I wonder how much the points will be shared. I'm not going to bring in Aguero for Lukaku or Kane. It's not happening, and I'm not going to bring in Jesus either. So David Silva is a cheap option, maybe, but I think there's other players I want to bring in first. City will have one of those 5-0 matches soon, and they probably will, but how long are you waiting for that? Ever considered changing formation? Attackers are so hit or miss. Not really. I mean, I still want a bunch of attackers, so I figure I'll stick to 3-4-3. I know people are probably looking more at 4 at the back now because of Alonso, but we knew Alonso's points were going to come eventually. I don't think anyone could have predicted a brace, but I'll be honest, I'm not rushing to get Alonso in by any stretch. You know, I saw people going like crazy about how many points he's got and how, you know, how can you turn him down? He's only 7 million. But then I look at their weekly scores and they're no different to most other people. So that's the beauty of fantasy football. There's so many ways to score points. But I do think people wrote Chelsea off so quick, like way too quick. That Burnley game was going to be a blip, not the norm. Mahrez looks a great buy, but isn't he 8.5 million? I don't know. I want to see a bit more from Mahrez and better fixtures before I shell out 8.5 million. Man United away, Chelsea at home, Liverpool at home in the next 4. I'm happy to wait until after that, I think. What team do I think will keep the most clean sheets this season? Probably Man United or Spurs. One of those two. Bit worried about Spurs again, that they've not really... I know they bought in that new Sanchez defender, but they've not really bulked out their squad, and they've got Champions League to contend with, so... Whereas I think Man United have got probably a slightly better squad, plus Mourinho's kind of a master of Europe, or has been in the past. So I think we'll cope with it better, but we'll see. If you have Eriksen and Kane, who'd you captain? Kane, for sure. Gabbiadini or Chicharito going forward. I mean, Hernandez looks good after that last game, but again, it's just one game. Gabbiadini's looked good across both so far. Hit the bar twice. I'm happy to give Gabbiadini 1 or 2 more games, I think. Son at 8 million could be a dark horse. He might be in the starting 11 versus Burnley. If he's in the starting 11, I think that will help Ali a bit. I think Eriksen might drop a bit deeper. Maybe what we actually need for Ali is for Kane to be injured. Ali will be like the main man then. I don't know about making early transfers. I don't know if there's... I don't know. Yes, fair enough. If you think Eriksen's going to go up, then maybe you could do the transfer now. But I don't think Eriksen's got a game to play midweek, so you could potentially go for it without too much risk, but I don't know. De Bruyne one, oh yeah, he's not going to get the bonus. Let me just put the stream out. Shows I didn't tweet it. What a nightmare. Oh, Big Ricey's still going on about Moy. Does De Bruyne actually have one bonus? Because I don't think he did. I think he lost it, basically. Yeah, De Bruyne's lost his bonus. There's no chance now. He's like 5th. Joint 5th for bonus. Transfers I'm thinking of doing is De Bruyne to Eriksen. Eriksen has a higher ceiling than who? Yeah, that's another good point about De Bruyne. He is sharing set pieces with Silva, and even Sane was taking some corners like he did last season. It's a good idea to wildcard to catch the price rise. If you literally just wildcard and catch price rises, I would say no, it's not worth it. Especially as prices don't seem to be going up too much. Is Blind an option? Yes, while he's playing, but Luke Shaw played in an under-23 match or something tonight, I think. There is a chance he comes back in, but given how well that defence is doing, Mourinho might just stick with it, but Shaw would add a bit of width and pace, so maybe Mourinho gives him one more chance. We'll have to see. If you use a wildcard, do you keep 2 transfers? Nope. You'll just have one more the next week. Do a poll. I've done 4 polls. You guys need to be voting on them. Yeah, trying to keep up the activity with the videos. We'll see how it goes. There's quite a lot to do every week, but we're doing alright so far. People, I was really surprised by how kind of the response to the shorter videos, because I mean, there's no script. It's just sit down for like 8 to 10 minutes and chat. I could write out a script and go through it a bit more robotic, but yeah, people seem to like it, so I'll keep doing them. I want to keep up the stream though. I enjoy the streaming more. Is Son a good option? I don't think so right now, because we don't know for sure he's gonna start, so I think you have to wait. Captaining Kane is a bold move. How can captaining Kane against Burnley at home be bold? Surely, well, I suppose he's in form, but is the bolder move not actually captaining Lukaku? Because Lukaku scored 3 and 2, so everyone's going to be saying he can't do it again. Maybe he can. Leicester are a tougher defence than Burnley. So I can add a new poll, but everyone will have to refresh the stream to be able to vote. I don't really like making people do that, so let's just leave the Lukaku Kane poll for now. And I'll try and remember next time not to actually do that. In fact, there'll be a stream before the start of the game week, so well, there should be anyway. What, is it Saturday kickoff this week? Should know that really, shouldn't I? Yeah. 12:30. City versus Bournemouth. So by 2:30 UK time on Saturday, we will know whether De Bruyne has absolutely smashed it. There were 4 big matches on Sunday. It's actually a bit of a Super Sunday for once. How do bonus points work? That could take a while to explain, but basically, players get positive or negative points for doing certain things in the game. The more you get, the more chance of bonus points you've got. Top 3 get 3, 2 and 1 bonus points. If it's joint, then they share. Is it too early to wildcard? I would honestly try not to if you can help it, but sometimes you just need to. You'll hear loads of stories that people have benched this early and then they came top 5k or whatever. It can work, sometimes it won't. If you feel your team is in need of a wildcard, go for it, but if you think you can just get away with maybe a hit here and there, then I'd save it for now. You're worried about benching Daniels. Bournemouth were fixture-proof last season, scored lots of goals against the Big Six. I'm a little. Well, I'm not worried about benching him. I'd be less. Well, I suppose I'd be less worried if I had a better defender option. I'm not sure about playing Sutner. I'd almost back Daniels versus Man City and just bench Sutner for now, but we'll see. How many of those players would I wildcard out right now? So probably Foster. No, sorry. I don't know about Foster because I'd have to check goalkeeper fixtures, but I'd probably not want Foster long term, but he has done alright, hasn't he? So Bertrand I'd want to keep, I think. And then Mkhitaryan, Kane and Lukaku. I mean, potentially I could wildcard like 11 of them out, 10 or 11. But a lot of that would just be because I feel like I'd have to make moves. I don't feel like I need to get rid of all those players. Is Foster worth captaining this week? 12 points if he gets a clean sheet. Yeah, no, not for me. I'm not actually completely against playing for a safe captain. So, as an example, you know, you might get like Costa last year, for example. He was dripping points every week. He wasn't going mad. There was barely any double figures, but he'd get you points every week. People actually overlook those captains because we want to try and go for the the hat trick captain. But I'm not against captaining someone who's going to get you points every week, but not necessarily go mad. But Foster is just too risky, I think. Kane only has to score 1 goal to match Foster, whereas Kane could score 3. Yeah, for polls, you can hover. If you're on the computer, you can hover over the little eye top right hand corner. If you're on like an iPad or a tablet or something, I think you can just click in the top right hand corner and it should show up, and you can just vote. You think I'm maturing into a good risk-averse manager after more FPL experience? That's pretty much what I did last year. I mean, I still took loads of hits last year, but I feel like they were kind of long-term moves. For the most part, there was probably some thrown in there that were probably a bit rage-ish. But what I also did was captain the... You know, I didn't really look for... People talk about different... You know, people every week you'll see differential this, differential that, but who needs differentials, really? Maybe later on in the season, then it's a bit different. And do you know what I mean? Like Richarlison, and again, someone correct me on the pronunciation, but he's a great differential, but I want him because he just looks good, not because he's only 0.3% owned. But I still want to keep the big hitters like Kane and Lukaku for now. So I probably am a little bit less risk averse, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to take hits. I took the equivalent of 24 hits last year. So that's more than one every other game. So I wouldn't say completely risk averse. Who should you replace Ander Herrera for? You have 1.9 million in the bank. Boom. Get Richarlison in from Watford. Or Moy from Huddersfield. Ramsey if you want an Arsenal player. Richarlison. Is that kind of what I said? I said Richarlison, didn't I? Richarlison. Okay. Am I a fan of double-ups? You see no West Brom players other than Foster. I wouldn't say I'm a fan. I just thought that Southampton defenders were good value, basically. So I doubled up on them. They got good fixtures, but it's very rare that I'll do that in defence. You think FPL is about guessing the right captain? I mean, it can really help. Do you know what I mean? A good captain can turn a good week into great, or a bad week into an okay week. Am I wildcarding this week? Hell no. People are still trying to get in Man United midfielders, and I'm started with Mkhitaryan on the team since game week 1. Don't think I need to wildcard. 2 free transfers as well. Am I getting Pogba? Probably not. I really like Pogba, to be honest, but I don't know. I'll tell you why I'm thinking of getting Pogba. Because with a wildcard in hand, when am I going to get a chance, apart from maybe in the double game week, to triple on Man United attack the whole of this season? I probably won't ever have another chance. So I'm thinking about doing it, because then I can wildcard one of them out. But the problem then comes, which ones you wildcard out? And that gets trickier to lose one then. Yeah, Pogba versus Mkhitaryan. I did a whole video on that yesterday. Well, I say a whole video. It was like a 4-minute segment, but kind of tried to wrap it up nicely. I'm still going for Mkhitaryan for now. But I must be honest, it doesn't look great for goals. But he does look good for bonus. So if you can keep up the assists, and I think looking at his stats, you probably can. Could be good. Is it too early to wildcard? You'd only keep 4. I mean, it's kind of just what I was talking about. If you really think you need rid of those 11 players, you've got 11 players that are absolutely going to be better over the... Bearing in mind, if you're following streams like this and reading articles or following FPL people on Twitter, you'll probably use the wildcard strategy of waiting until the double game week. So if you use it now, game week 3, you won't have another wildcard for potentially 30 weeks. Which is a long time to go without it. Now, I'm not against using it early. I'd just be surprised if your team is that bad that you need to wildcard. Oh dear, this guy. Salah's had one bad week. And there's a weak Arsenal defence next. Yeah, I'm keeping him. I think. Has there ever been a worse scouts pick? Yeah, it didn't go well. That happens though. Chicharito rising tonight. Should you get him in now? So, I know there's a... I don't know. I kind of... Years gone by, I would have said, yes, just get him in now. Save that 0.1 million. You know, get that 0.1 million, have the player in. He doesn't have another game midweek. So, I don't think he does anyway. I think this is the League Cup this week. I don't think West Ham are playing. I could be wrong, though. Someone correct me if I am wrong. But if he's got no other game this week, then it looks like an okay pick. If he picks up an injury in training, then you can consider yourself pretty unlucky, I think. So it really depends how kind of risky you want to play it. 82 points so far from 2 weeks of triple Man United fun. Oh, I'm so jealous. Okay, West Ham are playing. Then in which... Where, but... Okay, so Hernandez is probably not likely to play in that game. But I would potentially still wait. It's 0.1 million. If you can still, if you can't afford it. So what I'd always say is, if there's a move you really want to make and you're not going to be able to afford it unless you make the move, then yes, I'd be more inclined to do it. So like for me, I've got no money in the bank. So let's say I wanted to do Gabbiadini to Chicharito, which I might want to do at some point. Then I might just do it early, but otherwise I'd try and wait. Hesse is 6 million. Is he any good? Well, he looked pretty good against Arsenal from what I've read. We'll have to see how long he goes. Stoke that have pretty poor pictures, so pretty poor fixtures. What am I going to do when Man United play in the Champions League and Ibra comes back into the team? I'm not happy about signing Ibra, if I'm honest. I mean, we do need a backup striker, I suppose. But, I don't know. Lukaku offers so much more now. Jesus was subbed off. He was basically subbed off because of the red card. They had to bring someone else on. They had to bring Sterling on to play right wing back. Is taking hits a bad strategy? You're speaking to the wrong man for that question. I like hits, basically. So no, it's not a bad strategy. But a lot of people who have done very well in FPL and are consistently high up the ranks will not take any hits. So I took 24 hits last year and finished top 5k, but I could do exactly the same this year and finish outside the top 100k. So they can work, just like a captain choice and just like a transfer. They can work. They don't always, but I think if you plan longer term with the points hits, that's better than getting a player in that you need to return that hit straight away. How nailed is Mane? Pretty nailed, but around Champions League he could get rested. My overall rank is like 520 odd k. Probably hasn't gone up that much either after only having De Bruyne tonight. What was that question? Thoughts on 3-5-2? If there's 5 midfielders you want, go for it. I'm not looking at Jones instead of Trippier. He's also due a price rise soon. Potentially, I like the fact he's cheaper, but I really like Spurs' fixtures. Hi Andy, you seem to have 2 versions of the new logo. Oh, do I? Okay, that's because I got the guy to redo it with the apostrophe. Maybe I didn't delete the old one. I've got actually loads of stuff in folders that I need to clean up. It's actually a mess whenever I want to make videos. So, noted. I will try and change that. How many changes ideal for a wildcard? I don't know if there's a set number, to be honest. I mean, if you've like changing 11, but if you say 4 of them are your bench players, then actually that's just 7. So I mean, it might be okay to leave it, but if you've got 7 attackers and you want to change them all because you think they're awful and you can do a much better job, then maybe it's worth it. Yeah, no, I definitely have a version of the logo with the apostrophe, so don't panic. I must have the old one still on my computer. Is it a bad idea to have a 4.5 million striker on the bench if you use him for 3-5-2? I don't think it's an awful idea, but obviously you're never going to get points from that 4.5. So as soon as someone misses out, you're not going to get points, which is potentially an issue. I mean, for 5 million, let's have a look. You can get IU at Swansea. I don't know about him. Calvert-Lewin looked alright at Everton. He's not playing. Well, he played quite wide today, but he looked good, to be fair. But otherwise, there's probably not that many options in that bracket. So, Tammy Abraham, 5.5 million. I don't know what to make of him. I was a little bit impressed against Man United, but we didn't really give him much, to be honest. But he looks really fast, strong, very tall as well. Maybe when Swansea get going, it'll be decent. Will I transfer out Monreal and Willian for Trippier and Mkhitaryan for -4? Would I do that? Who do Arsenal have next? Oh yeah, Liverpool away, so that's probably not a clean sheet. And Willian against Everton, yeah. Then who did Chelsea have? Leicester away, yeah. I'd be tempted to do that, but you probably don't definitely need to. I'd want Mkhitaryan in though. I think we're looking good. What am I planning on doing with De Bruyne? I am planning to get rid for Eriksen or Ali. You should upgrade your midfield to have at least 4 very good players. To have at least 4 players. Atsu and Carroll are weak. Yeah, but Carroll's not playing, and Atsu's enabling the rest of them. I mean, who do I've got 5 million to spend on Atsu. Who do I bring in instead? And if not, who do I downgrade? I mean, like I said, I could do De Bruyne to Ali and Eriksen, and do Atsu to Moy for a free. Do I want Moy? I don't know. Stats-wise, is he that much better than Atsu? Maybe not, but he is on some set pieces, which helps. Is it knee-jerk to remove Salah after his limited game time? I think it is, because that rest probably means that he doesn't get rested next time. So, if Sanchez and Hazard hit the ground running, we are in real trouble. I think if you can't handle having bad, weeks, they're coming. There's so many options. You're not going to be able to have every big hitter at once. FPL changes. FPL site can't handle the changes. Is it down? Is it? It has been poor this season so far. Have a word with the lads tomorrow and tell them to use lower thirds. Yeah, I only really think I remember just before the stream or during the stream about the lower thirds. It's because it broke for so long, so we just never bothered using them. Manny or Salah for Pogba? The problem is Mane's probably got more chance of being rested next game now, but I think longer term he's probably going to score more points, but he is 0.5 more. So I'd probably want Mane if it was me. If you could afford one of the... Well, I'd get an Alonso ahead of Trippier if I had unlimited money. Willian to Antonio. Oh no. Okay, no, I don't get those choices. Willian to Antonio or Salah. West Ham do have nice fixtures, but I still think Salah can do the business. Thoughts on Captain and Kane? I think he's a perfectly viable captain choice this week. I think Spurs are looking pretty good. They've got a bit unlucky. So is he. Not buying into the Wembley factor. Kane hasn't scored because of Wembley in August. He's just got a little bit unlucky. Do you know what I mean? It's just coincided with August and that. 37 points, Johnny. Ouch. That's not too bad, to be honest. I've seen worse. Seen a lot worse in some cases. Lane won't score. I'm a Spurs fan. Well, I'm a Man United fan, and I'm telling you it's possible he could score. How about that? How about them onions? If Salah plays the full 90 minutes midweek, will I be getting rid for Arsenal? I'd have to consider it. I don't know, though. I'd be worried if he gets benched again, because with Champions League around the corner, if they, I mean, what would be nice is if they don't go through. But it looks like they probably will. So yeah, I'll have to give it some consideration. I don't really want to drop him, though, to be honest. I think Liverpool have still got goals in them. Arsenal or Man City's not the worst, and then they've got a couple of nice fixtures. So I'd like to keep for now. You finished on 52 points. That's really good this week. Give up on Jesus and succumb to Lukaku. Oh, you got to have Lukaku, haven't you? Lukaku's just going to be damaging. 55, well, 56% owned, basically. Oh yeah, De Bruyne is definitely going to be transferred out this week by a lot of people. How long have I been streaming for? About 50 minutes. Well, in fact, I can just tell you the exact time. 51 minutes. Well, that's when the stream went up. I wasn't actually live for all that time. Am I getting rid of Daniels or Stevens first? I'm actually really struggling with that. So my first thought was to get rid of Daniels, but after these two fixtures, he's got some okay ones again, and he's nailed, whereas Stevens isn't now. Potentially, with the new signing. I think they've signed a new centre-back, right? Someone said earlier. So, yeah. It's a tough one. Probably Stevens and get off the Southampton double-up, but I still think there's points there. If Kane blanks versus Burnley, will I still keep? Yeah, definitely. Ansu for Phillips. Again, though, Phillips is 1 million more, just like Richarlison. So, where do I stand on taking hits before price rises? Where do you value points over prices? So, I'm happy to take the points hit to get a price rise if I would get that player if he wasn't rising in price, if that makes sense. So let's say I'm doing Daniels to Trippier and Trippier's rising in price, and I know Trippier's not going to play again before the week's out, then maybe I'll make that transfer early to save the 0.1. If I know I'm going to do it anyway, if I'm only chasing the 0.1, I'd have to reconsider. I think a couple of seasons ago I chased price rise and just it wasn't a great season for me. Last year I absolutely dripped money and went alright, so we'll see how it goes. Excuse me. Anyone considering Rooney at this stage? No, I'm still kind of put off Everton until game week 6. I can't remember the last time I owned Eriksen in FPL actually. But the funny thing is, in my draft teams, he's the first Spurs player I pick. I suppose it's a bit different because you've probably got him for the whole season, so you're expecting Eriksen to do, you know, kind of drip feed your points every week. Van Dijk is not left yet, no, so he may stay yet. Mickey or Eriksen's a hard one to call because you've got to look at the 1.4 million saved. Who would be my third striker if I had to drop Gambardini? It depends. Do I have unlimited money? If not, then probably Hernandez, but I quite like Gray at Watford. The one thing that's going to put most people off at Watford, and it's fair enough, is the Richarlison is 0.5 million less and he's a midfielder, so I'd say we're not going to see too many transfers in for him. I think he could do well. Let's have a look at something here. 6 and 6. Do I think Kane's match fit? I'll be honest, I've not seen much of either game, but those stats are so good. I don't think you felt he was half a yard short. He's had a full pre-season. I don't think No, I don't think there's any problems there. But to be fair, I've not seen the games, like I say. I could get rid of Gabbiadini for a 4.5 million striker and go Eriksen, Salah, Mkhitaryan, Richarlison, and Hesse in midfield. What about that? 3-5-2, Hesse and Richarlison. Too early, maybe? I don't know. Do I think Richarlison will be nailed? A 20-year-old who can't speak English. I know, but he plays football really well from what I've seen. KDB is not worth 10 million. Yeah, I think most people here are agreeing with you. Will I triple up on Man United? Eventually, yes, but probably not in attack. Is the Scoutcast more nerve-wracking with 35,000 people watching? No, not really, not anymore. I mean, it's not 35,000 people watching live. I'm more, not nervous, but more feel like I have to get it right first time and I can't mess up my answer, whereas this is kind of my own thing, so if I screw something up or I don't know something, I'll just ask the chat and say, oh, I obviously messed that up. It's like when I tweeted earlier that Silva had the assist and everyone was like, no, it's Holgate. I was like, alright, completely missed that. What time do I start work? 9 AM, but I'll have to be up about 20 to 7 probably. In case you're waiting for me. What's the plan, Big Ricey? The plan is De Bruyne to Eriksen and maybe save my other free transfer. An absolutely sensible move. Maybe boring. Yeah, I think a lot of people are not feeling De Bruyne. I mean, chat about him a lot, but a lot of people are not feeling love. Oh yeah, we're nearly an hour in and I've not told people to like the stream. What the hell is going on? We're only on 61 likes. There's over 400 people watching right now. So if you could like the stream, if you're enjoying it, if you're not, don't worry about it. Hit the dislike button. But that would be appreciated. And if you are new around here, don't forget to hit the sub button. We're on 2,917 subs now. So we're nearly at the 3K mark, which seems a bit crazy. And I'm going to do some polls. So in the next couple of minutes. So if you haven't already voted, top right hand corner, hit the I, vote on the polls. We'll go through the results at the hour mark, which is 2.5 minutes away. So go for it. Let's get to, oh wow, 100 likes already. Okay, never mind, I'll shut up. Maybe 200. Do I think Alonso is too expensive for a defender? So no, he is not too expensive for what he is. Do I want to spend 7 million in defence? No, I don't think I do. And someone made a really good point, which I was thinking about on Fantasy Football Scout, that as soon as you put 7 million in defender, and as soon as you need money, that'll be the person you look to bring in. Who you look to take out to fund the money. So I think I'm always going to be itching to take him out at 7 million. So I think I'm just not going to get him. I know there's all this, you know, he's going to outscore a 7 million midfielder, and maybe he will. But you've got to remember that the cheaper defender will probably outscore the cheaper midfielder as well. So it swings around about. So I mean, I could get rid of Gabbiadini, for example. Play a 4.5 million striker and play Alonso every week. Who's this dickhead? Yeah, so I could just play Alonso and play 4-4-2 every week, but I don't know, there's so many forwards that I want. I don't want to wrap myself up with that defender. You're right though, yeah, like Danny says in chat, he's a winger who gets clean sheets, you're right. Well, apart from we haven't seen him get a clean sheet yet, but we'll see. I don't know. Although when I said Gabbiadini out loud, Alonso left back. Alonso in a 4-4-2. I was thinking actually that kind of works. But not for now. Not for now. How many points did I get? 44. Okay, I think it's time for polls. So let's have a quick look. 134 likes, you legends. While I'm looking at the polls up, if we just have another 16 people to hit that like button, we'll be up to 150. Where's the polls? If I take out De Bruyne, am I not worried about no Man City cover? Nope. I'm done with cover. I feel like that's one of the reasons I went for De Bruyne in the first place. Okay. Pogba or Mkhitaryan? 49% say... So there's over 250 votes here, by the way. 49% say Mkhitaryan, 29% say Pogba, and 21% say that both is viable. Is it time to get rid of De Bruyne? Yes, 63%. 28% say hold for Bournemouth. Interesting. I thought that might be a little bit higher. 7% say keep, he'll get points. How many transfers for game week 3? So 2 transfers is 40%. Wow, I expect there's a lot of people that have held transfers like me. 30% are taking 1. 23% are apparently taking 3 or more. And 5% are saving. And Ali or Ericsson. Ericsson is miles ahead on 77%. Wow, those first 2 games are really... The thing is anything different this year compared to last year? I mean, yes, we knew last year Ericsson was going to get the assists and whatnot, but Ali came out on top. 3+ means wildcard. Yeah, it could do. Am I taking De Bruyne out because I'm against coverage? I'm not taking that specifically for that reason, but it's easier to take him out because I don't care about coverage. Big Ricey, you've had a hair transplant at 25. You and Rooney should start a club. What do the likes affect? They just, I think, or hope, 1, they show me that you're liking the stream, so I'll keep doing it. 2, I think they maybe like promote the kind of stream or the video afterwards a bit more. So more people can see, more people can come in. We grow things around here. We maybe one day employ a graphics man to do some cool graphics. All that good stuff. I just like big numbers, what can I say? The more numbers, the better. Same as my points every week in FPL. Oh, it's an old Wayne Rooney tweet. Never mind. Cheers, Woodsy. Ericsson and Ali are streaky players. When they're in form, they go on runs consistent hauls. Ericsson's the man to get right now. John T shouted at you earlier for considering price rises over waiting to ensure no injury concerns. And that is the sensible move, but I don't think it's always the right move every time. Like some people, right's the wrong word, but some people want to do that, and that's the game they play, and that's absolutely fine. There's more than one way to play this game. So if you want to make a transfer to get that points rise, the price rise, then go for it. But just remember, that player gets injured, you then got to take a points hit to get him out, and he's probably going to drop in price, so it is a bit risky. Don't forget to update your about in YouTube. I didn't know people actually looked at that. I looked at that the other day and thought, I really need to update it. I thought, actually, people don't really look at this. I'll do it another time. But how wrong was I, Ballroom Jam? How wrong was I? Very wrong, that's it. You just got Mkhitaryan. You wouldn't call him the assist king when he got 1 last season. He's the assist king this season, though. That was very hard to say. The assist king this season. Lots of lisping. What was the outcome of thinking about opening the show with some essay questions and longer answers? So, the vote did win for that, but I still don't know if I want to do it. That was half the reason for doing the FPL IMO video yesterday, to answer the longer questions. Although I know I didn't give too much time to either, but still, it kind of worked. People seem to like it. Update that about page. It shows you're really dedicated. All right. Straight after this. There's so much to do. Got to go to bed after this. You want to make me do more stuff? I don't know how people aren't telling me that the stream's lagging, because every time I do this freaking stream, it's lagging on my screen. What's the verdict on the United triple up? The verdict is... we're not going to bang 4 goals past the team every week. I think I don't tend to like triple attack unless it's a double game week. Then I can get behind it. I think week to week. I mean, I know Ali Eriksson and Kane would have done well last year, but it's not that often that happens. That, you know, a triple. Again, you could have had, I don't know, Coutinho, Mane, and Firmino last year. That would have done alright, but for a time. The other problem is as well, and this is a stupid way of looking at it, right? Because let's say Pogba goes on a really good run now. This, like what I'm about to say is really just a stupid way of looking at it, but at some point you're going to have to get rid of one of those two, like Mkhitaryan or Pogba, and it's so much harder to decide which one to get rid of, or to actually click the button to let go of one of them when you got both. Whereas if I only have Mkhitaryan, I'm happy to keep. I know that's stupid reason. Like, it actually absolutely makes no logical sense, but it's just one of those things as an FPL manager that we kind of think about. As soon as the chat starts, you have to give short and snappy answers. I don't have to. Just like doing that, I suppose. I don't want to sit here and read out loads of stats and stuff. So, like, I kind of spoke about De Bruyne quite a bit earlier, for example. Am I surprised that Kane has nearly double the votes than Lukaku on the poll? I don't know if I'm that surprised. No. I mean, Lukaku's in form, granted, but Kane is still very much a favourite. He's still, he's still very much an FPL favourite after the last few seasons. He's got a good home fixture, he's got good stats. I mean, you got to think as well that a lot of people on Fantasy Football Scout will be... They'll be like non-casuals, I suppose, is a way of putting it. They're always looking for that next big points all. You can't get the heat map to work. Can't really help you there. Me, Woodsy, Peru, Super Tiger, Phil, and Fozzie. Name a better group of men. I don't think I can. Who do I think will score more points this season, Kane or Aguero? Kane, for sure. For sure, I'm actually really confident Kane will outscore Aguero. Aguero tonight, I think Luke, who was on the Scoutcast a week before, in Gameweek 1, everyone knows him, right? Disable. I think he was saying that Aguero looks like he's just lost a yard. His decision making is not great, first touch isn't great, and I'm sure as a finisher he's probably right up there, but today, there was that, and maybe I'm a bit bitter because the assist would have been De Bruyne, but he gets played the ball in. Aguero of old just shoots that first time, bang, back of the net. But he took like 2 or 3 touches and just basically ran into the tackle, and he worries me, to be honest. And I think Jesus might actually be the better option there up front. You know, I was tweeting during the match that this is before Walker got sent off, I think, that they should have just put an extra man in midfield, because De Bruyne and Silva at one point were being marked out the game by Gay and Schneiderlin. So I think they just need another man in midfield to kind of get someone free, even if it wasn't over those two, and just have Jesus getting the ball a bit more. But it was always Aguero, and he just, I don't know, it wasn't good enough. If you played Spanish FPL in the past, just imagine having Neymar, Messi and Suarez. That'd be so expensive, though. And what about Ronaldo? You had no City or Everton players today. You weren't even in the room. Oh, it's actually great, actually. I tweeted this out, but I was in work on Facebook. We were chatting about what to have for dinner. Right, but this is where the stream gets exciting, by the way. So she messaged me what we're having dinner, so I had some suggestions, and then she's like, "Don't forget the football's on tonight." I was like, "Bam!" She's got De Bruyne in her team. She wants to watch football. Although I don't think she'll do that again after how shit he did, basically. Aguero's the main man, so I'm not arguing that he was probably the best attacker on the pitch for Man City, apart from maybe Silva. But he just wasted everything. You can't have him wasting stuff. De Bruyne should be on the right more. His low crosses on the overlap are ridiculous. I mean, first half, he was mostly deep or hugging the left touchline. He's just wasted. He needs to be playing like a number 10 position, just absolutely control the game, get forward. He's such a great player. Yeah, there you go. Luke Shaw back in action in the under 23s. Jesus, over 400 people watching. Welcome to anybody that's new, and thank you to anyone that's tuned in before. You are all legends. And it's crazy that even in going into Game Week 3, there's still so many people watching. Really appreciate it. Why do I have Salah over Pogba? Come on, man, I've got Mkhitaryan. You can't give me stick for not having Pogba. Apart from, I did call Pogba end of last season. But then I went against that start of this season, so I can't really claim that. David Silva's a better option than De Bruyne. Yeah, I mean, just because he's a better option, though, doesn't mean he's a good option overall. I don't think he's that good, really. I mean, he's a great player, but FPL-wise, nah. How's it going, Mark? Matty JW, what transfer am I considering? I'm considering De Bruyne to Eriksen. Is Eriksen actually going up in price? Let me check FPL statistics. Oh, that's not even working that well. Is it down at the moment? Or is it just loading really slow? When fixtures clear up, what Everton players do you consider? So, I have to consider Rooney up front. Pickford, 5 million goalie. Do I maybe go standalone keeper with Pickford? He did so well for me last year. Maybe. And also Sigurdsson. So I'm really interested to see how he fits in, whereabouts he plays. As soon as he came on, he took set pieces off of Rooney. I think that was kind of unsurprising because Rooney not great at set pieces, to be honest. They just obviously had no one better on the pitch. Or at least no one that was going to take him ahead of Rooney. But Sigurdsson's going to be on them. I think he's probably going to play most games. He has to, doesn't he? He has to play most games, Sigurdsson. So you got to look at him. But he's 8.5 million. That is quite expensive. I don't know if he's going to be worth that at Everton, but we'll see. I mean, arguably better team, more chances to score, but also not the biggest fish in the pond. So it's a tough one, and I'm glad we get a few more weeks to check into it. So Eriksen's on 97.9%, so there's a chance he goes up. I might just risk it. Yeah, exactly as Big Ray said. You've got to accept that De Bruyne will score eventually. But I agree. I think Eriksen's going to do better this season. And to be honest, I think I try not to, like, I'm not saying I called it, but I did kind of say Eriksen and Ali are nowhere near anybody's. I think it was mostly Ali, actually, to be fair, not Eriksen. But I was kind of saying this guy scored 18 goals and had X amount of assists last year. He's 9.5 million. He was in all our teams when FPL first launched this year. And by the time Game Week 1 came around, he was in no one's team. 9.5 million, cheaper than De Bruyne. And most people thought that he was going to outscore him over the season. So in the end, it was actually a bit weird that we all went for De Bruyne. Fair enough. Like, it's only been 2 weeks in. It's not like Ali has absolutely smashed him off the park. Not by any stretch. But Eriksen could also have been in there. I know there was the whole Wembley thing. People didn't want to double up with Kane and Eriksen. But that's kind of when you have to kind of look at players individually and say, if Eriksen's a good option, he's still a good option even if you have Kane. Where the triple up on attack comes is, then they've got to start scoring quite a few goals. You're almost, if you double up on like I've got Mkhitaryan and Lukaku, I'm almost betting that Pogba won't be in the points as much as those two, basically. Did I explain that well at all? I don't think I probably did, but sometimes I just talk and a load of rubbish comes out. Can Jones be a regular starter? Yeah, probably until he gets injured. I mean, I would never captain De Bruyne, but then again, I would never captain Ali or Eriksen either, especially when I got Kane. Maybe if I didn't have Kane. I suppose the options when you go up in price, Hazard or Sanchez, that's a bit different. Then you would look at captaining them maybe, but right now I'm happy with choosing between Lukaku and Kane. That might change at some point, but right now I'm looking good. Excuse the typing. Who gets dropped when McCauley comes back? Good question. I mean, Hagazi's looking pretty good right now, isn't he? Oh, Miss is just telling me she's ordered the Mayweather fight on Sky. Looking forward to that. Come on, McGregor. Would you describe Blint as a risky starter? I really wish I knew a good answer to that. So there's always that kind of thing that Mourinho likes to keep the same back four. Doesn't like to rotate that much. Blint has done well. The defence has done well. But he did also say pre-season that he's going to give Shaw another chance this year, or at least there was an article written about it. So I don't know. I mean, how can you take Blint out when he's doing all right? He's on set pieces as well, which is really nice if he could keep that place. I think he's going to end in tears at some point. The other good thing actually about Blint is Darmian wasn't even in the match day squad last game. Lindelof kind of came in for him. So I mean, there is a chance Blint keeps his place, but for $5.5 million. I describe him as one of those players that you're going to be checking the team sheet every week to make sure he's there. Whereas if you pick up Bailly or Valencia, you don't worry about that. If they miss out, you just consider yourself really unlucky. Can I say "come on McGregor" in an Irish accent? I wouldn't even know how to do that. What's Irish? Rodriguez, solid fixtures ahead for West Brom. I'm on Gabbiadini. We'll stick to that. But yes, I think Rodriguez is an okay option. Should you transfer Salah out as he didn't start? I mean, he's likely to start against Arsenal, so no, I'd say. Lukaku is a very streaky striker. If he's on a drought, he will likely continue. I mean, we'll have to see this year. I think you have to give him another chance. He's playing for Man United now. It's completely different. Morata looks good. I think Morata looks good, but and for 10 million, it's a nice price. But he's going to have to do a bit more to convince me to drop Kane on Lukaku. But I'm not against it completely. When is Sanchez o'clock? We'd have to start him first. And I'd really like to see what Arsenal are going to be like with him back in the team. I mean, you'd have to say he's going to improve them, but I don't know. I'm not going to get him straight away, not for 12 million. Do you know what I mean? If I wait and I miss a haul, then so be it, I suppose. If someone's spamming like that, don't worry about just ban them if you want. Don't worry about timing them out. But cheers for sorting that, Fozzie. Hesse worth it for a cheeky 6 million out of position. I don't know. Hesse is a bit like Richarlison. He's one of those players that I'll probably not get yet because I'm really a fixtures man. Form, yes, is a thing, but when I bring in a player, I kind of want fixtures. So Hesse's played one game. He scored once. It was against Arsenal, fair enough. But I just want to see a bit more from him before I make that decision, especially with the fixtures they got. Would I get Mkhitaryan in before the price rise tonight? So I've kind of spoken about this quite a bit already. Or not necessarily about Mkhitaryan, but about price rise in general. If you can't afford it, then if you're not going to be able to afford it after the price rise, then go for it. But try and wait, I would. Players can't drop or rise more than 0.3 in a week. Just doesn't. Well, unless they've changed it this year, but it's never happened in like seven years that I've played or whatever. Bonus points have been added. None for De Bruyne, unsurprisingly. 44N for me. Chances of De Bruyne price dropping this week? Potentially, but I think they're taking quite a while to drop in general. So he's already been transferred out by a fair few managers. When is it good to use the free hit? I think a blank game week is going to be best for that. Trippier or Bailly? I think Trippier is going to offer better value. But Bailly scored a goal now. If you can keep that up, it would be good. Going to get clean sheets. He's nailed on. Will De Bruyne's price drop by tomorrow? I don't think so. Should you transfer out Jesus? I'd probably keep him for Bournemouth at this point. I think unless you haven't got I think even if you haven't got Lukaku or Kane, you can probably just play Jesus. The plan with Daniels, I'm in two minds about him, to be honest. Got two nice fixtures after the next two. So, sorry, he's got nice fixtures after the next two. You're still afraid that Trippier isn't nailed? I don't think there's too much to worry about that. I think he's nailed, to be honest. When he's fit. I don't think Walker Peters is suddenly going to keep coming into the... It's not the same as Walker and Trippier was. Kane out to get Sanchez when he comes back. I don't know. Not at the start, probably. There's a few more fixtures that I want to captain Kane in, I think. Understand, Paris Saint-Germain are making a loan inquiry for Mbappe with an agreement to buy next year. A loan for Mbappe, crazy. Let me see how many. Oh, 180 likes. Anyone that's new in here tonight, hit that like button if you're enjoying things. Only 20 more to hit the 200 before we end the stream is crazy. Triple United attack rules out 5 million Jones. Yep, true. And 5 million for Jones could be an absolute bargain if he's going to keep his place and stay fit. What do I think of getting Eriksen in for De Bruyne? I think it's the template move this week, and it looks pretty good to me. Everton defence is looking good, but fixtures are probably I mean they've got Schneiderlin and Gay there, plus Pickford's a decent goalie. Keane as well in defence, Baines, Coleman back at some point, although that's probably a way off. I think they do look good, but like you say, you've got to wait for fixtures, I think. If you couldn't afford Kane, would you be happy with an Eriksen Ali double up? I think you'd have to, I guess, if you couldn't afford Kane. I mean, all three of them are good options, so yes, Eriksen and Ali on their own right are both good 9.5 million players. They're both going to outscore that price, I think. Is De Bruyne to Eriksen worth a hit? I'm going to say no. Although long term it probably is. But I think there's a chance De Bruyne matches or outscores Eriksen this week. Is De Bruyne playing deeper? I don't think he's playing any deeper. He's just not really getting into the box that much. I have to actually check on the heat maps how much deeper he's playing. It's probably hard to tell though, like 2 sample size versus the whole of last season. See you later, Jeff. Yeah, man, 366 people still watching. We've been over 400 for a lot of tonight. It's been great. If you are new around here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Let you know when the new videos are out, when the next stream's up. We're on 2927 now. See you later, Big Ricey. So yeah, I'm also going to start wrapping up things now. We're coming up to the hour-and-a-half mark. I think we've been through most of the questions at least once. I think they're starting to repeat themselves. So yeah, just to kind of wrap. How's it going, Andrew? Just wrapping up, I'm afraid. You're not the YouTuber, but Okazaki at 5.5 million is a crack. Yeah, I'm just not convinced he's going to be able to keep that up. Plus, what happens when Iheanacho comes in? Like, will he still play? Probably not. When am I streaming next? On Thursday or Friday, but I don't know which day yet. So keep an eye out for that. Cheers, Stealth. When am I making my transfer? Later on in the week, probably not tonight. Gabbiadini to Chicharito, not yet. Don't feel that there's enough reasons to do that right now. Yes, he got 2 goals, but Gabbiadini still got me points. He still has nice fixtures, so I'm sticking with him for now. Could I answer Christopher C's question before I go? I got 44 points, by the way. Christopher C. You have Jesus, De Bruyne and Otamendi. What should you do? Don't panic. I mean, Otamendi is probably not the greatest option long term. But they got Bournemouth next, so don't worry about suddenly getting all of them out. The only reason I haven't read the final polls is because not many people have voted after the ones that voted before. So basically the results are going to be the same. Alright, people are asking for the polls. Okay, we'll do them. Let me refresh quick. Alright, we'll do the polls and then I'm off for realsies. It's taking ages to load. Really slow. Okay, so Pogba or Mkhitaryan. 51% say Mkhitaryan. So it's about 285-ish votes now. So 51% say Mkhitaryan, 27% say Pogba, and 21% still saying that both is viable. Is it time to get rid of De Bruyne? Obviously, yes, wins there, 67%. 26% for Bournemouth, 6% for keep, he'll get points. How many transfers to game week 3? 42% say 2, 28% say 1, 23% are taking 3+, 5% are making 0. And Ali or Eriksen wins by an absolute landslide, 78% versus 21%. Crazy numbers. But that's the way it goes when you're the points winner for the first 2 weeks. So yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. appreciate everybody tuning in tonight straight after the match. I know probably some of you probably skipped Monday Night Football, whatever they do after the match, to come and watch this, so I appreciate that. Obviously anyone that watches it after, also appreciate that too. Appreciate all the likes. 200 likes on one stream is crazy before it finishes. So on the way out, if you want to hit that like button, that'd be cool. If you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and let you know when I'm next going live. It'll probably be Thursday or Friday. And then there'll be a couple of videos coming out during the week. Just me, the webcam and the mic, chatting rubbish. Try and look forward to it. Follow me on Twitter. All that good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. I'm off, and I will see you again before Game Week 3 when we can see if I've made my transfer. And Ben, see you later.